Greetings all, Frog here. It's time for the Friday update from the pond for the 8th April 2016, and I can say that I started this video on the 7th, but I can no longer say it is the 7th. So I'm recording this late at night on Thursday, as is per usual. Welcome to the update. Where to start? A lot of things happening this past week. Interesting things both in life and out. So, you know, we've got to keep it moving, as it were. Over the weekend, I was on a bit of a mini holiday. I went back home, essentially, although I didn't go home to go home. I was drafting a fantasy baseball team on Saturday, and it was very early in the morning, and it would have had to have gotten up out of bed ready to go before 6 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't really want to do that. So I went up home Friday night, hung out with a couple of my friends, then stayed the night with my parents, went to the baseball draft at a much more reasonable wake-up hour. Had a great time with some guys I hadn't seen in, we figured out, 13 years. It was the last time I had seen them in person. I had been live drafting through the website pretty much from that point. So it was really nice that we got to see each other again, because it had been a long time. So there's a bunch of nice guys and a fun league. So that was that. And then I visited with another friend Saturday night, stayed over again so I wouldn't be driving home in the evening, then stopped by to see some other friends on Sunday morning, and that turned into hanging out until, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I didn't get home until 5 o'clock, so then I had to spend some time with my wife, and by the time I started recording, the only thing I could get done were the 4 videos from Monday. And that's basically, as you can see here, how I've been operating all week long, which is not the normal how I like to be doing things. I like to catch up. So this weekend, I will hopefully have more time to record and be able to get things done. So it is Thursdays to record this. On Friday night, there is no cabs. So I will definitely be able to record videos on Friday, and I'll finish up the week Friday night, because there's nothing really that long left, other than possibly the Afterbirth run, because that, you know, it could take anywhere between a half hour to an hour, depending. And some take faster. Like I did the daily today. The daily only took me like 23 minutes, maybe. And I didn't die on it, so there's that. I didn't record it because I'm not recording all the dailies. I'm still playing around with the idea of just like recording them but not commenting on them, so that way you could see them and I could upload them. I don't know. Somebody still needs to tell me if they'd rather see them or not. So we're a bit in the weeds. We've got to catch up, but things are going really, really well, I think. GeoGuessr is good. The GeoGuessr from today that maybe you've already watched, and again, it'll be from tomorrow as well. It's a two-parter from Sagittarius998, who is a contributor on the GeoGuessr subreddit. He sent in a Places He's Been challenge, which turned out to be quite a lot of fun. Long enough that I put it into 2, and you know, we ended up with some fun times out of it. You know, I'm not going to spoil the score or anything, but it was really good. So we'll check it out. And then Sundays, I think, is Geelong. Yeah, it'll be a challenge from someone from Geelong, and then you can see I've got the next week and a half or so of user challenges, and then I'm out. So if you want to get in on the queue, now's a good time, because it's not very long, and if you're sending in the first time, then we'll definitely add you to the list sooner, because of the next week, it's all Nio and Jeff, which is not a problem. You know, I love you guys sending in videos or challenges. Please keep doing it. If we ever get to the point where we don't have a lot of user challenges, that's okay too. We'll keep playing GeoGuessr. That's not going to go anywhere. I mean, we're up to 100 GeoGuessr episodes for the year, and still going strong. 266 more to go, because there are, of course, 366 days in this year. I'm still playing Afterbirth. I'm gonna keep playing it. I like it. Don't Starve took a brief hiatus. Hopefully, we'll get back together and record again this Sunday. So we'll have some more Don't Starve in the noon hour. But I don't know yet. Or we might play something else. We'll see. But if we do play Don't Starve, we'll be starting a new world. Hopefully one that's a little less harsh. I started playing Kingdom, if you watched on Wednesday. If you don't know anything about Kingdom, it is a very interesting two-dimensional side-scrolling RPG game, basically, that I don't really know how to play yet. And part of the fun of the game, they say, is learning how to play. So I've learned a couple of things already. One, my defenses to the east in the game were far too weak. I suspect that you can't expand as fast as we did. I think we pushed it a little too far. I think it's more of a build up rather than a build out at the beginning. So we'll have to try that the next time we play, which I haven't done yet, but I will record it tonight as you watch this tomorrow as I record this. So we will try that strategy for the next time through and see how it goes. I don't know. They might have to end up being 2-parters too. I don't know how long a Game of Kingdom typically lasts. That one lasted about 25 minutes, which seemed to be a good ratio. But we didn't go very far, so if 25 minutes is not going very far, then some of these games may last an hour, which means we have to break them up into pieces. I don't know. We'll find out as I record. It was cool. I enjoy it. Let me know what you think about that one, and we'll go from there. This is the update. It's kind of strange to think this is the 50th update, which means that 49 weeks have been complete in 3 more updates, so 51 and 52. It's the 52nd week. So the 53rd week will start our 2nd year being together as part of the pond. It's kind of crazy. We have over 400 subscribers now, which is kind of cool. If we could get to 500 in the next 3 weeks, it'd be amazing, but based on our trajectory, that's not likely. But it's still possible. If you can help spread the word, get it all out there, and say, hey, this frog guy, he does some good videos, and it certainly would help to... Oh, gosh darn it. Sorry. Knocking over my headphones. I'm playing with the cord because my hands... I'm half Italian. My hands have to do something. So it's really quite humbling to think that 400 people out there at least are interested enough to subscribe to the channel. And so I thank you very much for that. And I hope you guys share it everywhere on Facebook, YouTube, and beyond, so that way we can continue to grow the Pond family and have a good time here. And ultimately, to see what you want to see, and we'll play what we want to play and try more from that. So that's cool. 400 subscribers is a pretty big deal. When we get to that 500 mark, that's what I understand is the magic mark. That's when the snowball really starts going and things will pick up. So if we could get there and help make that push to 500 by May 1st, essentially, which is the first day I start streaming, that'd be amazing. But that's 100 subscribers in 2 weeks. I don't know if we can do that or not. We'll find out. I mean, maybe I might have to go out there and whore myself out for subscriptions. I'm not gonna do that. But it's cross my mind. So that's where it is. It's the 15th update of the year. So it's kind of crazy to think that we're into week 16 already. We're 4 months in, or we're into the 4 months at least. Time just flies, man. You know what I mean? Bob's Mods, RSO, still going strong, still having a lot of fun. We're kind of getting into the end game strategy where I could build the rocket and end the game. There's no question about that. We're at that point now. I don't even need the power armor, but we're gonna do more. We're gonna build more rail networks. We're gonna have a lot more fun with it, I think, and we'll go on. But soon, I don't think this coming week, but soon we're gonna cut down to 4 videos a week of that series and start a second Factorio series where we'll play the narrow campaign, essentially, where the map is restricted in one of the directions, either up, down, or left, right. We'll figure that out, but that will come into the future. We played some weird, funky things with the Paradox Hour this week that I didn't announce last week because I decided that the Odin campaign, since it would break in 1.16, that we'd just discontinue it and start something new. So we played City Skylines on Monday and Tuesday this week, and then we started with the EU4. So we'll return to the normal, to the announced schedule next week, and you'll see that when we tab over to that one. But we did do 4 episodes of City Skylines this week, and I think, frankly, it was worth it because I'm having a lot of fun playing that city, and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching it as well. We did start a new campaign in EU4 this week. We're going to do the Ragusa Trade Federation, and so far it's a slow start, but we're 2 episodes in. We'll see what it looks like as we go along, as we basically have one goal, and that goal is to form a trade federation and be large enough to guarantee the Ottomans. That's simple, right? No problem. I mean, we're a merchant republic, so we can't royal marry anybody, and pretty much everybody in the region has a claim on us, but what's that have to do with the price of butter? Livestream 27 on Tuesday. It went well from the point of fact that we streamed. It didn't go well for a number of different things. One, Nio was there for about the first 10 minutes, and then I alienated him by playing Binding of Isaac Estes Pack, which I'm sorry, Nio. 2, Matt did show up at 9 o'clock, which is good. We got to hang out with Matt, which was nice. But it was just the 2 of us. So, it comes and goes. Oh, no, I take that back. What was your name? I can't recall your name. Oh, I am so sorry, because we talked a lot about EU4 and about how you should buy it. Because we played Isaac, and then I played 2 hours of Mare Nostrum and starting a Berber campaign as Morocco. And we'll play a little bit of that on the next live stream, I think. We'll talk about it again on the next page. But this one, what was frustrating, again, is the sound. It's the audio. If you don't have good audio, people aren't going to be as interested. And so anyone that would come in and watch for about 10 seconds would hear the audio warbling and say, not going to listen to this one. So I've been on the OBS forums. We've been talking back and forth, and I've at least have the bug report posted out there right now. I'm trying to go back and install OBS 0.12.4, but it's not in the repositories for Wiley, so I'm going to have to compile it from scratch. And when I tried to compile it yesterday, it said that it couldn't find FFmpeg, which is silly because it's on the system. So I just have to figure out how to make that compile, and then we'll try it out. And if 0.12.4 works, then I'm just going to use it. And it'll help them bug fix it going into the 0.13.5 release or the 0.14 release, depending on how they're looking at it. And I'm fairly certain it's going to, because I'm almost 100% certain whatever they did to change the way they handle sound in 0.13 is breaking on my system for some reason. I don't know how many people use Ubuntu 15.10 on OBS, but there's got to be more than just me, so who knows? But that's the problem. So if we can get that working, I'll be so thrilled, because it's infinitely easier to stream in OBS than it is to stream in SSR. And Martin would not disagree with that, I don't think. That he's the guy who wrote SSR. SSR is a simple screen recorder. That's the point. It does what it says it does incredibly well. It's fully featured, incredibly powerful as a screen recorder. It will stream, but then you have to do complicated things like, for me, map my microphone to mono, because it can't do that. Excuse me. And I have a stereo sound card, which is what it's going to. Now, I have considered buying a second microphone and just recording in stereo, but boy, does that seem kind of silly. But I have thought of it. So we'll see if I decide to do that or not. The logistics of it would be kind of strange, because I'd have to boom 2 mics in the way, and the way my desk is set up in the office is not conducive to that, but I have considered it. Anyway, OBS would be a lot better option if we could get there. Let's take a look at next week. So the week ahead, GeoGuessr, of course, every single day in the morning. I don't really need to tell you that. We are going to try and play Kingdom 3 days a week, and Afterbirth 3 days a week, plus the Friday update. I'm leaving the noon slot in there because that will be the multiplayer slot. I don't know what we're going to play yet, but we are going to try and record again on Sunday morning, or Saturday morning. Saturday morning. We're going to try and record on Saturday morning. I should really send out an email tomorrow to make sure that people are up for that. So I don't know if we're going to go back to that, or if we're going to try and play some Secret Hitler, if we're going to try and play Factorio, or what we're going to play, but something will be played, hopefully, on Saturday morning. So we'll put we'll sound the horns, doo-doo, and get people to join our multiplayer campaign, and so I could do 5 videos a day because I'm insane. Then at 2 o'clock, the Bob's Mods, of course, will continue. Like I said, all of this week we'll definitely do Bob's Mods. It's the next week where I suspect that we will cut back to Bob's Mods 4 days a week, and then do the classic. Sort of not mod free, because I'm going to play with the bigger inventory. I'm going to play with Tree Collision. I'm going to play with the More Light, because that helps the YouTube. There's a couple of what I consider to be base mods that we'll play with. We'll play with the Logistics Network mod. We'll play with the Trains mod, just to make it easier. But we're not going to play with Bob's mods. We might play with Resource Spawner Overhaul on a narrow map that makes me nervous, so we'll have to consider that. But we'll definitely be playing that on a narrow map as a challenge, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then the Paradox Hour will be EU4 and City Skylines this week. I may or may not do Crusader Kings 2 on Tuesday as sort of like a playthrough of a few years, but again, I can't get any achievements in it because it's broken, and nothing else is really happening to sort of watch, so I could play it through to the end and then import it into EU4. That would be about the most interesting thing I could see happening here, so we'll give that a go. And then Livestream 28 is on the scheduled 8 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday, and that will be on Twitch. We're moving all of the live streams over to Twitch just to try and get some more viewers. It's easier to discover people when they're streaming on Twitch and all of that business. So we'll just give it a go and try. The docket right now, we'll play a little Isaac in the first 40 minutes or so. Then we'll switch over to some GeoGuessr, I think, and then the third hour will be EU4 with the Berber traditions. Those 2 hours subject to flip depending on what people are watching. That's really all I have for this week. If you know anyone who would be interested in collaborating in terms of playing some multiplayer stuff together, let me know. I do have some of my friends lined up, but the more the merrier, I'm concerned, especially if we're going to end up playing Secret Hitler, because it plays up to 9. So whatever we decide to do on that would be perfectly fine. But for now, that's all I have this week. I hope you guys have been enjoying things. If you are, please do share this around everywhere. Like the videos, share the playlists, like the playlists, put it on Facebook, put it on Google Plus, Reddit, put it on your LinkedIn profile for all that matters. Whatever you feel to do, however you would like to bring the message of the pond to the people, I would be appreciated. Just because that's not what I mean. I mean, I would be appreciative of all of your hard work to help build the pond, and hopefully that you can see the hard work that I'm putting in to try and build the pond, and it's like a group effort, right? So that way we can have a lot of fun and good discussion together. I know I could say that I've honestly enjoyed meeting the people I've met so far through the channel, and maybe someday I'll get to meet some of you in person, which would be really, really quite good, and also slightly terrifying because I'm actually introverted, although you may not realize that based on the videos. So that is what we have. We'll do a semi-push to 500 for May 1st as a 1-year anniversary, but if we miss it, we miss it, right? I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm not gonna lose any sleep. It's just kind of a fun little challenge to do. Can we do 50 new subscribers in a week, basically twice? And the answer is I think we can. So let's give it a go and share it around. Like everything that you like, and then you don't have to like the things you don't like. That's perfectly fine to like this video, especially if you're insert country here, because I know you like the updates. It was nice to see you on the stream again a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully you can get back out to it, and we can see you then. Excuse me. That is all the time I have for today. So until next time, cheers.